Welcome to the Winning WordPress website webinar. My name is Aurelia Wynn, and I'm the owner and operator of Wynn Publications. Today, we're going to be going over the ebook. What you are viewing right now is a copy of the Winning WordPress website Gold Edition, and this is just for um, past winners who have now taken control of their websites and they're learning how to do it themselves. And so some of the information will be different and some of it will be the same. For example, the hosting part will be the same, as well as the getting started, the what's on the menu, and the resources will be the same for those of you who have never worked with Win Publications. And so just stay tuned or go ahead and fast forward. That's the beautiful thing about doing pre-recorded webinars is not only do you get to watch them on your own time, but you get to fast forward, pause, take notes as you go. And so speaking of taking notes as you go, I highly recommend that you have your ebook out with you. Print it out. Yours doesn't have to be in color. Absolutely, it can be black and white, whatever. Print it out, have a pen and paper handy, and make sure that you're taking notes or not. So leaving the nest. For those who have worked with One Publications in the past, in your email, you should have received your username, the admin email address, as well as your password. You'll also receive the special link to log in on the back end of your website. If you are just getting started with doing a WordPress website, remember this page. I'm going to come back to it in a few slides. So the first thing that you're going to want to do if you're new to designing a WordPress website is you're going to want to find a host. Hosting your own website gives you the ability to have full control over your website, which means you can have, for example, like Win Publications. It's winpublications.com. It's not winpublications.blogspot.com, or it's not winpublications.wix.com, for example. So it's just, it looks a whole lot more professional when it's just .com after your domain name, after your brand name. And so the host that I use is SiteGround. I love them. I've been using them for 2 years. And I actually have the Go Greek account because I am a website developer and I need all of those tools and functions that it comes with. But for someone who's just getting started, I would utilize the startup hosting. That second screenshot right here, that is just the second page. After you select startup, it's going to take you to this page where it will get your payment information and things like that. It wants you to enroll for, I believe, either 3 months, 6 months, or a year. I would go with a year, just because, and so go with a year. And then if you're a gold edition member, this is going to be important if you are thinking about taking full control of your website, which means you don't want it to be on the Win Publication server anymore, and you just want total access to it. That's fine, no harm, no foul, but you're going to want to do the same thing. You're going to want to create a startup account, startup web hosting account on SiteGround to get started. Again, if you're a gold member, you're going to want to transfer your website. I mean, you have the option. You don't have to. You can either transfer or you can stay on Win Publication server for $15 annually. If you are a gold member, in your ebook, you will see, I'm very transparent, you will see that that's the fee that I pay annually to host your website. And so I'm just passing on that cost to you. And that's just $15 a year, less than $1 a month. And so if you can do that, fine, I'll host your website. You have your login information. That's everything that you need to update your website. Otherwise, if you don't want me touching anything, you don't want me having any access to it, fine. Go ahead and pay for the startup hosting on SiteGround. And then what I love about SiteGround is they make it super easy for you to do a website transfer. All you got to do is follow the migrator. The migrator is just like a wizard. It helps you set it up. So there you go. Also for the Gold Edition members, when you first log on, you will see this. You may see this on your dashboard. The menu items over there to the left that have the orange circles with the number in it, that means that something needs to be addressed. So for example, on this image, you can see that update says it has 10 things. So that means that there's 10 different plugins or softwares that need to be updated. For contact, that just means that somebody has been trying to contact you, wants to get in touch with you. Sometimes it's spam, sometimes it's a real person. But you're going to want to click on that and address whatever it is. And then you also might want to update the admin email address if it is listed as Win Publications. And so we will get to that point when we get into the settings option. If you are kind of wanting to address that now, go ahead and hit pause, log on to your website, go into settings and update the admin email address, or check to see if it needs to be updated. Otherwise, let's keep moving forward. Okay, so for here on out, this is for everyone, whether you are a Gold Edition member or you are just someone who is interested in learning about how do you develop a winning WordPress website. Okay, so getting started, this is what the dashboard looks like. After you log in from that login page right here, right? After you log in, type in your username or your email, type in your password, it will take you to this page. This is just, if you have Google Analytics, this will tell you how many people are coming on your website. It'll tell you how fast your website is going, the bounce rate, and those different things. I'm not going to get into that today. That's definitely for another video. So stay tuned. So what's on the menu? I've talked about the menu before, so let's just go ahead and look and see what's on there. So the dashboard, again, this is like the homepage of the back end of your website. The back end is only what you see. The front end is what your visitors see. So the back end controls what your visitors see. And so this is where you design your website. You can add things or you can take away things. And the way to add things is through plugins, but we will get there. So let's say you want to have a blog and you want to update posts. Well, you're going to click on the little post option in the menu, and then you're going to go to add new post, right? So on the blog page, you can either add a new article, you can upload a video, you can upload photos, whatever, music. It can be done on this page. You just click on the add new item and then it will take you to this page where you can actually put the heading in there, put the body. If you click on that plus sign, it will give you other options like add photo, add gallery, add music from SoundCloud or whatever. That's where you do all of that at. That's in figure 1. In figure 2, right beneath the place where you include your text or video or whatever, this is where you can customize the specific blog. So if you want this blog to look a certain way, this is where you do it. And then in figure 3, I'm zoning in on the featured image. The featured image is the image that you want to show up with your blog on the front end. So all you do when you click on it to add one, you can either upload a new photo, like I'm showing you in figure 1, drop file, or upload select file from your computer, and that's where you do it. Also, key in on this tip. I'm going to just read it to you. Depending on what theme you use, you will want to edit your image dimensions before you upload it to your website. You will want all of your blog images to become the same, or the format will look messy and unorganized with photos of different dimensions. I use Canva to do most of my blog featured images, just because it makes it super easy for me to remember, okay, I used a 1080 by 1080. And so that's a square photo. That's really big. And so keep that in mind when you are adding new featured images. You're gonna want them to be the same dimension, or else, like I said, it looks messy, it looks unorganized, it looks like you don't know what you're doing. And so just to avoid that. Okay, so now that you know about posts, let's talk about events. If you are a coach of some sort, or if you're an author and you have different events, or you're a crafter and you go to different events, or whatever, you just are someone who goes to events, or you have events. This is a plugin that allows you to share those events with your website visitors. And so once you click on it, it's very similar. A lot of these different things are very similar to a blog post. So if you can add a blog post, you can add an event. All you need to do is add the event title. In that little space right there, you can just type in details about the event. However, for certain details like the date, the location, the name of the event, the time, and the contact information, there's different areas on this page that allows you to do that. And so just keep that in mind, that you don't have to include that in the description. The description is more so kind of like a marketing area. It's what you want to tell your visitors to encourage them to come, to persuade them to come to this event that you're going to be at. And so keep that in mind when you get ready to write copy for your event. Okay, so then the next menu item is media. You can get to your media either through adding a new blog post and going into the featured image spot, or if you just want to bulk upload your images, this is where you do that. You just go to media, library. If you select library, library will pull up all of the images that you have uploaded. But if you just go to add new, it will take you to that page that we've seen before, where it says upload a photo or drag photo here. That's what you can do. You can drag a bunch of photos at once, or you can do one by one, whatever. This is where you drop it. It doesn't even have to be photos. It can be video, it could be PDFs. If you have like an ebook and you're wanting to give it away directly from your website, this gives you the ability to do that. Or if you have like music or something, any type of media can be uploaded here. But keep in mind that you only have so much space on your website that you will get a notification when you are running out of space. So keep that in mind. And it also does slow down your website when you have images or files that are too big. And we will talk about how to condense those images and files that are too big in just one moment. Okay, so the next thing is pages. This is one of the most important parts of your website design, the actual pages that are on your website. So as you can see from this one, it has blogs where you can go to book this person, a coming soon page, contact gallery, meet this person, privacy policy, and then welcome, which is the front page. And so just pages are what the visitors navigate to when they are on your website. Some websites can have 5 pages, some can have an upward of 30 pages. It's all up to you. But keep in mind that every page has to have content. And so if we've ever worked together and I said, okay, well, you want to have an about page, you want to have a contact page, you want to have a gallery page, I need all the content to go on those pages. It's not just a matter of snapping my finger and the pages come out of thin air. No, that's not how that works. And so keep that in mind when you get ready to design your website. First thing first is you might want to come up with the copy first, come up with the content first, and then dive into adding those pages and designing each page. All right, and then the comments. Um, Comments is where you can see what people are saying to you. People are responding to your blog, or people are leaving comments in like your contact page or something like that. They will pop up here. Also, spam will also pop up here. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, another plugin is WooCommerce. If you are interested in selling anything from your website, you are going to want to download this plugin. It makes selling from your website free and easy. If you've ever worked with some other platforms like Wix or other platforms like that, they make you pay to sell from your website, which it just doesn't make sense. So this is why I love WordPress, because it gives you plugins like this that you can utilize for free and that you can benefit from. And so download the WooCommerce plugin if it's not already on your page, if you were interested in selling anything. And it gives you the option to track your orders. It gives you the option to add coupons. It has different reports that it can run, the settings, the status of, how is this software working, and then just different extensions. Previously, you might have been seeing a little thing at the top of the page about your Facebook with WooCommerce thing needs to be continued to be set up. Well, if you are a gold member of Win Publications, then you've asked me to download the Facebook to WooCommerce app, that's exactly what it is. It's saying that you just need to go back and continue to set it up, add your address, and just some other key information that it needs to do that. Otherwise, if you are new and you're thinking about, oh, I want my items to show up on Instagram. I want my items to show up on my Facebook business page. Download the Facebook for WooCommerce plugin, and it makes that easy. It makes it seamless. So that way you not only have your shop on your website, but you have your shop on your Facebook page, and people can shop your items from your Instagram page. It's beautiful. I mean, money is going to be coming from everywhere. So the next thing is products. Well, Aurelia, how do I add my products? Good question. This is where you go to add your products. And it can be, again, ebooks. It can be memberships. It can be t-shirts, mugs, notebooks, whatever that you're selling, it can all go here. And so you just click on it, and then it will take you to that picture that's down there at the bottom. And it just has like different things, the title, the description. Further down, it asks for the price, it asks for variables, things like that. I'm not going to get too deep into it. Again, that's for another video. Stay tuned. Elementor. This is what I use to design pages. And so if you're thinking, wow, Aurelia has a really neat website, what does she use? That's it, Elementor, that's what I use. It has templates, which makes it so easy to design your website just like that. Excuse me, it takes a little bit of getting used to, so play around with it, things like that. In the resource part of this ebook and in this webinar, I do include a link to Elementor's just basic help tutorials, and I definitely encourage you to check that out, especially if you're interested in using Elementor to make your website beautiful. For my personal website, I have Elementor Pro, and that just makes it even more flawless. And so consider that when designing your website. Otherwise, there's always the option to have templates. Actually, these templates are through Elementor. So whenever you are like, okay, let's say you design your About Me page and you want to kind of keep the similar look across your different pages, across your contact page and things like that, fine. Go ahead and save it as a template and it will show up here. Otherwise, move on. But one thing, that I love about Elementor is that it gives you the option to have pop-ups. So when you log on a website and you're like checking it out, and then all of a sudden something pops up in the middle of your screen and is like blocking you from looking at that thing you were just looking at. Well, you have the ability to do the same thing. Most pop-ups include like some type of giveaway or some type of coupon code or sale or discount or some way to get in someone's email. And so keep that in mind that you can use that, but I would say use it, not too much, just because it does make people like want to exit your website and just run away, and you want to avoid that. Okay, so the appearance. Okay, so this is kind of the bones. I want to say this is the bones of your website. The theme that you pick is going to determine the format of your website. And so one of my favorite themes is the Ocean WP theme, just because it gives you more options to customize different things. And so just check it out, depending on what you want. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of themes. I would go with a free one, or you can pay for one. It's up to you, whatever it is that you can do to make this easier for you. If you don't have a whole lot of time or anything like that to update it, go with something that's free. If you're, why not? And then the plugins. So these are the different softwares that are on the website. So for example, again, the Facebook for WooCommerce, we talked about that. Google Analytics. If you have a Google account, you need to have Google Analytics dashboard for WordPress on your website. Set it up. Again, there's a wizard that helps you navigate through it. Get to that wizard, follow directions, do it. This helps you see how many people are coming to your website, and things like that. And so it's basic things that you need to have. And then the MailChimp for WordPress, if you're interested in email marketing, that's another one that you're going to want to have. And then the really simple SSL is just an added protection to your website. If you notice, when you first type in your website name, look to the left of that domain, and it will either say not secure or secured. And so that's just it. If you're taking any type of payments or transactions over your website, you're going to want to make sure that it's secured. And so keep that in mind. And then Smush, I will talk about that, and I've already talked about the events calendar. So tools, this is just another area where, for example, if you have had a WordPress website before, if you're not a gold member and you're thinking, oh, I already have a WordPress website, I just want to take it up a notch, this is going to be what you can use to do that. So you're going to want to export the old content from your previous website and import it using this tool here. Or if you're saying, I'm not really feeling WordPress anymore, I want to go with a different platform. I don't know why you would do that, but fine. Go ahead and do it, export, and it will package up all of the content and images. It gives you the option to package those things up, so that way you're not having to redo or do twice the work. It's beautiful. So settings, this is where you will find the admin email address. If you are a gold edition member, then this is what I'm talking about. This is where you're going to want to go and check to make sure that it's your business email or your personal email, not When Publications email. So that way, if anything's going on with your website, or if you lose your password or whatever, it will send you an email and not me. And then the membership, if you plan on having like a membership option on your website, go ahead and click that. But I want to say beware of spam, because spam is a pain in the butt. And then it just gives you just different options, like what do you want the day and time to look like? What's your time zone? Things like that. You can play around with it, whatever. The time zone stuff is important for your blog post. So let's say if you are scheduling out blog posts. So let's say you wrote 5 blog posts in one day, but you don't want them all to come out on that one day, but you want them to come out over like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of thing. You can actually go ahead and schedule them. And then the way that the time is, it's going to be determined by what you put for your time zone in your settings area. So let's say I'm living in California and I have accidentally put that my time zone is New York. Well, my content is going to come out 3 hours ahead of time. That's fine if that's what I'm going for, but if that's not what I'm going for, I need to fix it. Okay, and then the MailChimp for WordPress API settings. If you don't already have a MailChimp account, go ahead and create one. This will make a lot more sense when you do. In the resources page at the end, I do have a link to MailChimp tutorials that will make this connection a whole lot easier. And so again, email marketing is big. People are still using it, even though, people are trying to take text messages and things like that. Fine. You can even do that, I believe, through MailChimp as well. But MailChimp is super huge for email marketing. Collect those emails, utilize that pop-up function, and do what you got to do. Stay in touch with the people that visit your website. And then another one is theme panel. I've never touched this, and so I can't even tell you what it's about. But if you do dibble and dabble in this, please let me know. Shoot me an email and let me know what it's about, how your experience went for you. And then Smush. Okay, so any media file that is huge is going to slow down your website. Slow websites hardly keep visitors on them. And so if it's taking a whole lot of time for your image to upload or to appear on the website, people might just decide to leave. So don't do that. But this this plugin really helps. Instead of keeping your images so big, it smushes them, it compresses them, and so that way your website can run at a smooth pace. Of course, you could always use Adobe Photoshop if you have that, or you can resize your files with a Canva paid account. And so, oh my God, it's so helpful. I do have a Canva Pro account, and you can just go in there. For example, I use Canva for my blog featured images. Get on there, create the image, and when I get ready to download them and save them, it says right there, compress files. I click that little baby, download them, upload them on here, and then it still goes through Smush. So that way my website is running fast, my images are compact, they look good for the website, everything's beautiful. I'm keeping my visitors on my website page. Hopefully they're checking out my store, spending money, things like that. Beautiful. That's what you're gonna wanna happen. Google Analytics. Again, we've talked a little bit about Google Analytics already. If you don't use Google Analytics, there's other plugins on there that do give you the same feel as Google Analytics. It will tell you who's coming to your website, the amount of people, things like that. It might not tell you how fast your website is going, and it might, but my preference is Google Analytics. This is what I stick with. This is what I use. Also, get this. When you use Google Analytics, whenever you use any type of Google product on your website, it increases your search engine optimization. So if you're interested in being on the first page of Google, you need to have this. If you're interested in being on the first page of Google, you might also want to use Google Ads or Google AdSense, just those different things that help with marketing. Again, I'm not going to get too deep into that. Wait for for other videos. I promise you it's coming soon. I just wanted to get this one out for those of you gold members that have been working with me a long time and that might want to get a little bit more hands-on. Also, I've been wanting to create this webinar because I know that there's other people out there that need this information. And so today was the day, and here we are. All right, so the resources. I know. He's like, yes, resources, give us to us. So these are just, again, some of the plugins that I use where you can go to get information. If you have your ebook open, click on WordPress. It will take you to tutorials for WordPress. If you have your ebook open, click on SiteGround. It will take you to tutorials for SiteGround. Same thing for WooCommerce and MailChimp. Lastly, Win Publications. Be sure that you're checking in with me, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, my website, Gumroad, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, Apple Books, wherever you found this and got access to this webinar, make sure that you stay in touch with me on that platform because I'm going to be uploading more videos that go into details about SiteGround. I go into further details about WooCommerce. I go into further details about MailChimp. And so stay tuned. Also, I am available if you have any questions, especially if you have purchased this webinar. I am available to speak with you for about 30 minutes and just kind of consult you, answer any questions that I did not answer in this short amount of time. And so don't feel like, oh my God, she gave me all this information. I got this ebook. I should know what to do. Things are hardly that black and white, and I get it. So just, shoot me an email and I'll do my best to respond to you that same day. I'm gonna try. And then some disclaimers because transparency is important to me. Some of the links in the manual were affiliate links, which means I get paid when you click them, and then I get paid, or it might mean that I get paid when you purchase a product from that person that I mentioned. Also, I would like to hear your thoughts. Visit the Winning WordPress website and just let me know. There is a contact area on there where you can let me know how you feel about this. Or you can even, if you purchase this webinar from Gumroad, you can even leave a review just following this website. And so let me know what you think. If you have any questions that I can address, leave them there and I will get back to them. Also, would you be interested in a membership program? Like I said before, I have more videos coming and I'm either thinking about doing like a membership program to where you pay $10 a month, cancel anytime. And I upload a new video about something every 2 weeks. So you'll get 2 videos a month for $10 versus paying for whatever you paid for this course and having to pay that for each video. Let me know what you think. Let me know in either your review of this or let me know on the website. Also, oh my gosh, a big shout out to author Juva3, who doesn't even know how much she inspired me to get this webinar going. Girl, thank you. Thank you so much. And that's all I'm going to say is just, hey, thank you for helping me step my game up and giving me that push that I needed to get this done. Because honestly, this has been something that's been on my mind for a while. And so today, finally did it. And so without further ado, we have come to the end. Again, leave a review. Let me know how things went. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and good luck.